Good morning. This is Psycho's Place. I'm your host, Mason Petty. There's a little historical information I'd like to give out today about Psycho and how he got started. Basically, what happened was in about 86, 87-ish, I was in the military. I've been a role-playing game person for many years prior to that. Dungeons & Dragons was my start. Anyway, because of that background, I met a good friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, in there, and he introduced me to Star Wars RPG. So I ended up starting that and played for, well, almost every day it seemed, but it wasn't. It was every weekend. And we did it in our barracks bathroom, of all places. Crazy as that sounds, they were huge. It was like a big giant room of 20 by 50 or bigger. It was huge, and it was just the area where the sinks were. So it was really weird. Anyway, so because of that, we started gaming in there, and I made a character that was a Jedi, and I thought it would be really cool. And he was. I had a fun time with him. But what happened next was a little interesting, and I'm going to explain that in brief. Basically what happened was, in my Dungeons & Dragons gaming, I had never, ever lost a character. Not ever. They've never died, nothing. And so I've never experienced that in a game before. And mind you, I was young, and this was quite some time ago. So I just wanted you to understand that. That's what makes it interesting. So while I was playing this Jedi, back to that, we were facing an enemy, an arch enemy, as they typically are, a villain. And he went by the name of Red Dot. Well, Red Dot, of course, was there to take us all out. And we didn't like that much, but that's what happened. So, sorry about the jiggling. And basically, he didn't like that. We didn't like that. My Jedi didn't like that. None of my group did. So we started taking him on. Well, come to find out, he was a little tougher than we thought. And so I was trying to fight him. I got the brunt of one of his attacks, and it basically killed me, or so I thought. And because of that death, I threw a hissy fit, just like a little baby, just screaming, ranting, and raving. I couldn't believe what happened. I stormed out of that room, smashed through the doors, and went and sat on my bunk. Again, military barracks. They're always bunks. And I was very angry, and I just couldn't understand what happened. I'd never lost a character. What did I do to make the mistake? I was just fuming. I couldn't even think straight. So then what happened was, my buddy came out after a few minutes, after I'd had a chance to calm down a bit, because, man, I was angry. I slammed my fists on the table, everything. And he walked me through some things. And I basically admitted that I had never lost a character before. So he helped me get together and basically create a new character that was based on, I don't know, the anger that I had. And boy, was I angry. And hence, Psycho came about because of that event. And I learned something very valuable, that a character in a game is just that. It's just a character. It's temporary. It doesn't do anything. It can die. It doesn't matter. So I created a character with the utmost insanity and craziness I could imagine. And hence Psycho was born. He has the Psycho Force. He's affected by the Force without roles whatsoever. In his mind, he doesn't need it, so he didn't have it. And so that was the advantage that he had. And it was also a very high disadvantage. All Jedi, no matter good or evil, could take him over without him having any resistance whatsoever. So it also made it comical at the same time. The things that he got into is another story for another day, and I will explain to you a little bit more on the next video. So this one is going to be a little longer than usual. But I hope you enjoyed it. I apologize again for the lateness of this video. Tried to get it out a little sooner, and that just didn't happen. So thank you all, and hope you have the Psycho Force be with you.